Happy Speakers Academy, and I have shared in a previous video the seven-step formula to crafting your presentation fast. And previously I have shared the 3 steps, and I want to complete the remaining 4 steps that you can use in your next presentation. So let's jump on and begin, and I'll share with you what I have at the end of this video. So the first step, we talk about framing questions with humor, stories with dialogues, and change of expectation. The 4th things you need to do is to introduce and this is the key. This is the key into every stories that you're going to present, is to introduce the expert. So why do you need to introduce an expert? Introducing the expert is one of the best way to share your message, because the last thing you want in your presentation is to go up there and say, you know, I am so smart that I know that love is not a trade. You know, so in my core message, my message was love is not a trade, and everything is fated. So you want to introduce an expert to tell that to you, so that you can give the expert the credit and not you. Because if you go out there and say, you know, I am so good, I am so smart that I figure out, it's good that you say that, but it would be better if you introduce someone else and says, you know, I was wrong. The priest that told me that made me realize that love is not a trade. That my beliefs that my mom taught me was wrong. Like that, you know, people could relate when you introduce an expert. Instead of you saying out that you figure this out, tell them that someone else taught me that, and because of him, changed my life. Have you ever have this experience that someone else shares something that with you and you change your entire perspective? Yes, every audience have this experience. So when you introduce your expert, in my story 7 minutes presentation, my expert is a priest. So I went to a church and I saw a priest. So I say, Priest Josh, tell me what happened. How should I deal with this relationship? And Priest Josh turned to me with his deep set eyes. He looked, Ken, love is not a trade. Priest Josh, character with description, deep set eyes. Priest Josh looked to me and said, Ken, with his deep set eyes. Deep set eyes is the description. So you can describe, Olga looked at me with his long curly hair, and with a serious look, she says, Ken, love is not a trade. You know what I mean? So character, now you just, the last time we have used something called a simile to describe the character. Now you can introduce another character and you describe it using description. So there's a variety instead of using everything simile in your speech. But one of the best things to use when you describe the story is to use this phrase. I love this phrase. This is my best. I have listened to a lot of videos on professional speakers, and also on and because of so many times that I have listened to them, I saw a lot of commonalities within all these speakers, and it was really good. They used this word called, if you were to do this, you would have do this. And you need to say that in your stories. If you were to action. If you were to walk along Bush Street on that bright sunny day, you would have seen. You would have modalities. Modalities. You see, you hear, you feel, and you taste or smells. So if you were to walk into that long aisle by 900 Metro Center Boulevard, you would have seen a tall, dark guy who shares something that totally out of what I expected. If you were to stand beside Priest George that very same day, you would have heard Priest George say something that absolutely changed the way I see my relationship in the future. You would have absolutely believed what he says. If you were to if you were to walk along Bush Street, walk is the action, you would have seen a car, a red Volvo 2009 car, speed at 90 miles an hour. You would have seen, you would have heard, or you would have feel the gushing wind through my hair, something like that. But you know what I mean. If you were to an action, you would have see, hear, feel, taste, smell something. You want to do that because you want to bring the audience. If you were to be in this place, you would have seen something. You want to bring the audience, transport your audience from where they are sitting right now into your speech, and then you tell them the message. That is key. This is the best way to engage your audience. So the next thing you want to do, the next thing you want to introduce after you introduce the experts, you want to reiterate again what I call the humble statement. The what? The humble statement and the win. Win or triumph. You want to introduce the humble statement, you know. I didn't know that